What's going on, everyone? Today we are going to be talking about Advantis because yesterday I predicted the breakout and then it broke out and it had a nice little run, but it did get rejected at 90 cents, which we also mentioned yesterday. So anyways, I'm going to talk about how I knew it was going to break out. I'm going to talk about where I think it's going next. Anyway, stick to the end of the video. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice, but let's go over Advantis. So the first thing that we're going to talk about here in Advantis are the patterns, the chart patterns, guys. That's how I keep tracking Advantis, and you guys can do the exact same thing. Go ahead and become a member of the channel, guys. It's only $9.99 per month. And I'll go over any crypto project or stock project that you guys want me to go over, as long as it's not some low cap scam coin. So go ahead and sign up right now. It's only $9.99 per month. You can have me do technical analysis on any project you want, as long as it's not a scam. But what I want to talk about here is one of the things I do all the time. So right here, we have a symmetrical triangle, guys. We have a symmetrical triangle that is a bullish pattern right there, a bullish symmetrical triangle, only a 54% win rate. And then we had another symmetrical triangle. This one came in from a downtrend. So this was this one was a bearish symmetrical triangle because we came in it from a downtrend and we continued in a downtrend. And then we have the other symmetrical triangle that I just now pointed out. We came in it from a downtrend and we continued in a downtrend. Then we had a descending channel. And then we had a bullish symmetrical triangle. We came in it from an uptrend. So it was a bullish symmetrical triangle, still a 54% win rate. And then something interesting happened. Then what happened was a bullish ascending triangle. So we had a bullish ascending triangle. And this bullish ascending triangle, I think these have like a 74% win rate. I actually have it right here. 72.77% win rate. So yeah, I was pretty confident it was going to continue on an uptrend from here. So yeah, anyone that benefited from this push here, and look, this is what I talk about when I say all you need is 5% per day. You got $10,000 and you make 5% of $10,000. Like that's a good amount of money. That's $500. All you need is that per day, and you are good. You are straight. And this right here was an 8% pump, but I would have jumped out early right at this first candle wick right here. Candlestick. So right at 5%, I would have jumped out. And like I said, if you're trading with $10,000, guys, that's a quick $500 right there. So it's really all about your sizing. So let's move on from that though, guys. So where are we going next? We just now hit this support. This support area here on Advantis. So that is a really big thing. But I want to show a pattern that's kind of forming up here. So we're going to go over here to the hourly chart. So all of this is irrelevant now because all of this has already happened. So we're going to get rid of all this. I just like to show this to, show people like, hey, look, I'm tracking this every day and this is how things have been looking throughout the time period. But what I really want to show you guys here is something that could possibly be forming up here. And this could possibly be a bad pattern, actually, a bearish pattern, I would say. So it's not 100% confirmed yet, but it's feeling like a rising wedge. And that's like doom words right there, right? Like a rising wedge. That's like, you don't want it to be a rising wedge because this is a rising wedge right here. A rising wedge is a bearish pattern. It's a bearish pattern, especially when you come into it from a downtrend. We came into it from a downtrend. So, this is why it's kind of a big deal. If this is really, like, you can look at it too. Like, this thing is definitely a rising wedge, right? So we can do one of two things. We could either break down right here from this support and find our new support down here at 57 cents. So we can go back down to 57 cents and break the rising wedge now, because here is the rising wedge. It's perfect for shorts, but it's not 100%. The overall success rate of a rising wedge in a bull market is 81%. In the breakdown direction, it has 60% cases are bearish, 40% are bullish. So it has a possibility to break out to the upside, but it's a bearish pattern. So the bull market, 81% success. So after a downtrend, 51% success. So pretty much they're saying we just got into this rising wedge from a downtrend. Boom, downtrend. What is that? 51% success rate. So it has a 51% chance to break down here or to go up and rise around here and then break down. It has a 51% chance of doing one of these two. So it pretty much has a 51% chance of going down, right? And then if you look over here, the bull market case, 81%, but we're not in the bull market. We just came off of a downtrend. So yeah, we're kind of in a mixed bag right here. We don't know 100% if we're going to go down from this rising wedge, because usually they do. But yeah, like I said before, guys, watch out for this. That could easily happen. I think it's actually about to go back up though, and I think we might try to retest this resistance here and break out of it a little bit and possibly get to 90 cents. And I'll explain why I think that could happen. It might not, so don't go buying. I'm going to say this like 10 times right now. Do not go buying Advantis because I said I think it might go up right here. Just because I think it might happen doesn't mean it's going to happen. Like when I'm not sure of something, I say I think or it might. So I'm not sure of it, so don't go buying it. And look, like I said, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. But yesterday I was pretty sure of it breaking out, and it did. But still, guys, do not make rash decisions. Do not make decisions based on what other people are saying. Do your own research. But yeah, like I was saying, on the percent R trend exhaustion, the short-term trend is over-exhausted to the downside. So what usually happens here is the short-term trend usually starts to come back up. And what it'll do, it's almost like it'll meet the long-term trend up, like up here. And then they'll both start going back up simultaneously. And you can see the short-term trend looks like it's kind of going to start curving. And it almost looks like the long-term trend might as well start curving to the upside. And then we have the MACD, a lot of selling pressure, so we can't really look at much there. But yep, still seeing that selling pressure. If we come over here to the 4-hour chart, a little bit different here. It hasn't yet became overbought on the percent R trend exhaustion. So another possibility is for these to both turn back up and continue on the uptrend. So that's another possibility. And obviously I know you see there's a trend here. It's very wishy-washy right now. There's no definite answer of what's going to happen. There's no way of telling 100% what's going to happen at this time. All we can go off of is this rising wedge, which is a bearish pattern. And what I can also say is if we look at Bitcoin and we kind of look at what's happening in Bitcoin. So let's go back and look at Advantis, and look from this point on, like October 15th on inside of Advantis. We're going to look at that, and then we're going to look at Bitcoin from about October 15th. We are going to see if we can, see any sort of pattern that could help us figure this situation out with Advantis. So as you can see, this could be a bit of a pattern here, right? Possibly, but then we're just kind of reaching. We're reaching too much for it at that point. So yeah, we still have to wait. We broke out of these two areas here on Bitcoin, so I'm gonna go ahead and take off all of this mess here. And I was waiting for that 32% drop, but we still haven't seen it. I don't think we're gonna actually do this 32% drop inside of this cycle. I think what is actually happened here is like we stopped at the highs of the last cycle, or at least close to the highs of this last area back here at the beginning and the end of last year. So we kind of stopped at that level. So there's a possibility that we don't go all the way down to 100K. Like I was kind of thinking that we could. So for example, if Bitcoin starts to pull back right now, then we'll probably end up seeing Advantis doing some sort of pullback as well. And then the falling wedge case or the rising wedge case is true, right? And what I mean by that is then it'll become true and then it'll drop down to 57 cents. So if we break down from this level, guys, watch out for 57 cents. But I for some reason have a feeling that it's possible for us to do this, but it might not happen like that. Just right out the gate, it's not going to happen like that, because all it takes is for Bitcoin to pull back once. If Bitcoin didn't pull back right now, I might have faith of this going up to like 90 cents and then pulling back. But this is still a rising wedge, and you don't want to go against the charts. If something in the charts is saying that there's a bearish signal, go with that. And right now, this is a bearish signal. It's a rising wedge. So let me know what you guys think about this. We could be seeing a pullback to 90 or 57 cents. We could also see an invalidation of the rising wedge theory, and then we could just come up here just to realize that no, it wasn't an invalidation, and then we just crash up here, right? So there's always use cases, or there's always different situations that can happen here. So what I would say with this rising wedge is just let it play out. Don't do anything. If you already aren't holding Advantis, like don't go out buying Advantis because you want to roll the dice. Don't sell it because you don't want it to go down to 50 cents and you want to get all the profit all the way up here. Like at this point, you just gotta kind of wait. Like the time to buy was down here. The time to buy was down here. The time to sell was up here. All this right here, like you might as well wait. You're right in the middle. You're right in the middle. If you sell now and it starts breaking out, I mean, you're screwing yourself over. If you if you sell now and then it starts to go down, I mean, then you're still screwed and you're still screwing yourself over. So at this point, you just got to make your choice of what you want to do. But yeah, that's why it's best to just buy dollar cost averaging and hold like that. But look, I do think that we are nearing the end of this cycle, guys. So definitely prepare for some heavy turmoil towards the end of the year and the beginning of next year. The market's going to be over sometime around January, probably of next year or February. So I would say, make sure you have a plan. Like if your plan is to sell Advantis at $3, make sure that you're actually going through your plan. If it doesn't reach $3 in January or February of next year comes and you're noticing the market's getting weaker and everything's starting to drop, then it's probably a good time to get out. But anyways, this is all I got for you guys today. Shout out to all the members. Hit the like button, subscribe. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this financial advice. Become a member of the video. It is only $9.99 per month, so it's pretty cheap, and I'll go over any crypto project or stock that you guys want me to go over. So go ahead and become a member and do that. And as always, I'll be back with another video.